Hello, my name is Maria, and I'm the trigger warning if you're turning. Hi, guys. Cold read in the sense that I've been given a lot of random shit, but no storyline, no plot line. Okay? So perhaps there have been a lot of things happening to you, and you don't know the reason why those things have been happening. I don't know. But we're going to do the whole little ritual together. I want to start including you guys more in the ritual part of connecting with the energy that I do, all right? So there's that, okay? Remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are safe, right? God will use your enemies to protect you, okay? I can't express with words what it feels like to have experienced repeatedly in your life that God is there. I don't know what that exactly means, right? I don't have a fleshy little face that I can line it up with, but I know it is there. It is a presence. Put it this way, no other presence can exist in the presence of this one presence without this one presence saying, you may be here. Okay? So that's sad. If this part so far resonates, I'm having so much fun. I love when they make me do stuff like this, okay? And who are they? I mean, my guardian angel, my passed on loved ones, right? Even passed on celebrities. And I know that sounds crazy, but listen, they're humans just like us. And at the end of the day, what we all want is we want people who just see us for us. Not for what we are in the realm of the material, but no, for like us the soul, right? Like, who's Maria? Who am I, right? Who are you? This is beautiful, okay? So let's just free flow today and let the magic happen. I really feel like beautiful things are coming, okay? Clarity. I pulled my sheets, right? And found that I had at some point left my clear obsidian there. And I giggled when I saw it because the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it was, before my eyes had like fully focused and identified what it was, I heard, grab it! So I was like, okay, chill, Sky Daddy, chill, right? So we have the clear obsidian. Oh yes, my dog being very needy for attention. So maybe you need attention, and I'm a great person for that, because one thing I can promise you is that when you're with me, you're going to feel like you're with me. You are present, you are being seen, you are being heard, you're being felt, and sometimes even understood, okay? And yes, because of that, also sometimes I may misunderstand you. And that's okay too, because maybe, just maybe, I'm gonna be this sort of safe environment for you guys watching that want to make this covenant with me, to have me read your energy. Maybe, just maybe, we can help each other. We can make each other feel more seen, more heard, more understood. And my neighbor's gonna be rolling up with his lawnmower in about 30 seconds here, okay? So I apologize. If you have headphones, I'm gonna speak a little louder for now, so you can go ahead and turn the volume down, so when he comes, hopefully it will not be as loud for you. I know a lot of people listen to everything through headphones these days, so I have to try and work with this. What I'm more aggravated about today is he's probably gonna wake up my kid, who's actually on vacation from school and sleeping and getting some very much needed rest right now. So if any of this wakes him up, yeah, I'm gonna be really, really irritated by that. So here we go. Sacred covenant, me and you together, we're in the presence of God when two or more gather in my name. Okay, let that flow through you. Let the Holy Spirit, open your heart to the Holy Spirit today. Open your heart to receive that life force circulating throughout every cell, like just pulsating through every cell in your body. Every heartbeat isn't just that blood being pumped through, it's a visual and physical representation of the life force energy that is flowing through you and through me and through all that you see, okay? All right, it's time to go, And yes, if the reading goes on long enough, or if he's just cruising around to go visit his buddy up the street here, then yes, you will hear him drive by again. I love him though, because he's a sweetheart. If you met him, you'd know he's a sweetheart. His mama's a sweetheart. They're very, very good people, and we love them very much. So everybody's just kind of like cool with it. We just know we work around it, right? We have a pretty good neighborhood here, and I'm very grateful for that. That said, guys, in my little rituals, you know, you can do a little burnt offering each time we do this. You know, you could write on a little piece of paper a question, something you want the answer to, or some sort of guidance or intuitive insight on, right? All right, and you set your intention to that, and then you do a burning. What is that, Maria? Don't worry, it's nothing bad. It's just you taking that physical representation of what it is that you're trying to call in or release or seek clarity on, whichever it may be. And you're going to let that off. And just imagine the energy releasing and going to heaven. It is a way that you can create your own godly physical representation of what it is that you want to release, or what it is that you seek, that you want to call in, okay? The point is that your intentions need to be pure and innocent. I mean, literally, like, you've got to dig within yourselves so deeply to make sure that the things that you've been saying and want to continue to say and da-da-da-da-da, and the things you've been doing and you know, are doing and want to continue to do, this is continuity. There's something about continuity, clarifying for you what you want to be continuous in your life as evolution continues itself, right? It's almost like these are going to be your stepping stones. When all other paths have faded, this is where the light will shine through to guide you, okay? The hermit's journey, but imagine the hermit isn't carrying that lantern that means spirit, because now we've evolved so far. By the way, this is my idea, so don't use it. That's your warning. Or maybe it's for you and you know what, I just need to share. So let's do that. Because maybe you are good at drawing. I'm seeing someone drawing and it's pretty freaking cool. So if that's you, then please do this, because for me it would be stick people, okay? But it's still my idea and I'm very proud of it. So maybe just shout me out, okay? All right. So I'm seeing what's happening here for you is things are clarifying, okay? But the way I'm seeing the hermit, so cool. The way I'm seeing the hermit, there is no staff, right? There's no robe. It's like there's almost this glow. There's no physical glow, but there's this glow that's just kind of radiating from this hermit. And it's like their own glow, their own light is illuminating path. Like I'm seeing someone hopping from one to the other, but like it's like a comfortable hop. It's not a scary hop. I mean, maybe a little bit, right? Because if you're afraid of heights, and it's like this is a stone, like a stepping stone. I'm literally seeing a stepping stone. Yeah, choot choot. In life, great. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay. These stepping stones, they're enough, even if they're in a scary environment to you, like I'm seeing pitch black, but then a light illuminates the darkness, showing a safe spot to step. And so you hop to that spot because you don't know what's in the darkness. That's how dark it is. That literally, even if this step is blindingly bright, all you can see is where that step is. And then it's like there's this very unseen line between the light and the dark, where it's like it's enough to make you feel like you have to jump for it, right? Or the dark's gonna get you. Okay. And then yet you just, the more you go making these steps, leaps of faith, these are leaps of faith. And that's what the Hermit card's about. What is the greatest leap of faith you can take? Going within on yourself and learning truly, what does it mean to be me? What do I really believe? How do I really feel about things? And then that becomes your solid ground. That becomes those lights that appear, right? Or those stepping stones that rise up. You could be up in the clouds somehow, right? Like if you play Minecraft, you know that they use these, or maybe you have kids that do, they use these little tiny little blocks, and they're thousands of feet up, and they're just hatu, 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 so fast, because they're confident in their ability to know that wherever they land, wherever they're aiming, and it's just there because the flow they're in, they know they're going to land on that block, so they're not afraid to make that jump. But I'm also seeing somebody who's not that confident, right? And they're on that block, and instead of jumping and going and hitting to place the block when they're ready, it's like they're placing the block before they jump. So, I mean, wouldn't it be easier if you just jump, and then at whatever point you want to stop, you just, at your feet, place that block? Wouldn't that then give you that platform? So there's a leap of faith. You have to take a leap of faith. Oh, it's so fucking scary, I know, but trust me, so worth it on the other side, okay? And you will absolutely be brought closer in the knowing of what it feels like to know that that presence is always there with you and is always ready to let you know, yes, you may be in my presence, or I want you in my presence, but I need you to see this, because remember we talked about clarity. Okay. Really, really cool. Okay. Don't forget to do your burning before every reading if that resonates to you. And I feel like maybe do this with other things in your life as well. This is a way to, it's a way to be more playful with life, right? So this would be like giving yourself a month of analysis of yourself, right? And before that, like you set the intention for a full 24 hours before you do this. And you write down what you seek, what you want to release, and the signs you wish to receive to confirm these that will most greatly tie those to you emotionally, to pull you back to center. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll the dice, and then we're gonna pull from all my shaman decks, because I was called to use a lot of my like earthy type of spirit messages here. Which other ones do I have here? I have more, but I didn't want to bring too many because I already had some other ones, and I do want to use my newer decks because I love them. But we're going to use these, and if this is a really long video, then it's going to be a really, really long video. I don't know what to say because it feels like you need to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this message, and I can't rush myself because I know that life is magic, right? Because love is magic. I know there are a lot of lonely hearts out there, part of the brokenhearted, I got dearly departed. So maybe you're somebody who's had a lot of loss, okay? And I understand how the losses in life can shape us, mold us, change us, before we even realize what's happening sometimes, okay? But remember, the cycles. So it's a season. Even if a season lasts for a few years, or decades, some seasons are longer than others. Some lessons need more information before it's built in solidly as a part of your stepping stones, okay? Yes, you see, I'm channeling so heavily, so have faith. Here, keep your eyes on the light, my loves. I'll work around this, okay? I'll work around this. I know. I will not burn myself. I will be fine. I have faith. All right, here we go. So we're going to start. Ooh, these feel nice. Let's start with these. I know. I said the shaman ones. We're going to roll the dice, and I'm going to start with this one because I really like this one. It can be fun. All right. Whatever number we get. Oh, but now you can't see the damn dice. I need a little tray thingy that I can roll them in with kind of high sides. I can get a jewelry tray, yeah, and then I can, well, no, because that would have my jewelry on it. I'll make it specifically for this then. And maybe we'll put some stones on it. Ooh, yeah, that'll be fun. Or charms. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in the market for a, what is that, a jewelry tray? Jewelry tray? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to see what I can find. I haven't been to the stores in a really long time just because the world was like bleh, and I didn't feel like it, so. I didn't like the way people were treating each other, looking at each other. The energies have been nasty, and I refuse to spread the light amongst those who choose the dark. 4 and a 1. Oh, shit. There you go. Now you can see it. 4 and a 1. So 5. Okay, we're going to shuffle each deck 5 times through, okay? Oh my goodness, I know, so much shuffling. Yeah, but you know what? Shuffling's fun. Every day I'm shuffling. All right. I knew this deck wanted to talk. Okay. Oh, earth signs. All right, we have earth signs out, and when the first card out is a sign, I absolutely believe that it's for those signs. So this reading's absolutely going to be more for my Taurus, Virgos, and my Capricorns. What up, Cappy gang? And guess what? Hermit card is Virgo. So double confirmation for my Virgos. No. Okay, so the sexuality card dropped to the floor. So I want to see what these are first. Let's keep going. This is our third shuffle through. 4. Air signs. Ooh, with give it time. That was our last shuffle, wasn't it? One more for good measure. Thank you. Thank you. I will actually feel more confident about this if I give it one more shuffle. So thank you. Okay. At the bottom, we have love spell. You've been bewitched. With sexuality there on the floor. Okay, and that one did come out after, so we're going to put those together. These go with my earth sign, so let's go from here. Oof. Guys, divorce. This has been coming up so much in my readings lately, and it just makes me so sad. So sad, because at one time, both of you were like, yeah, like, this is, and it's funny, yeah, like, look, yeah, this is that beautiful magic ball that I want. This is that, and inside of that little globe exists your earth, your reality, your dream reality, your perfect world lies in there. If you had it in the palm of your hand, if you were God and you were creating it, morphing it into being in your hand, what would it look like? What would it look like? At one point in time, it included that person, okay? Maybe you're getting over, okay, yes, because the emotional divorce has been coming up a lot as well. My mother recommended me that book. I think that's what it's called, but I'm not sure. I cannot for the life of me remember. But my mother recommended it to me many years ago when I was going through my divorce. And it brought a lot of clarity to a lot of things, okay? So perhaps for those of you going through a divorce or who have been through a divorce, that maybe it's still, I'm seeing a wound, okay? It's still, and it's red, so it's like there's an infection. It's puffy, it's tender, okay? The wound needs disinfecting and So cleansing, the clearing, thank you, the clarity. So this is a healing, okay? We have pets, health, and no. Y'all know what I just got for me? That I need to acknowledge for my own health from here forward, that because of my allergies to certain critters, I should make sure that before I get any other pet that I should try to find out first if I'm allergic to them or not. Because yeah, the way it affects my health has not been something that I would say, oh, I don't care, I still want a dog anyways. No. And it's crazy because I wasn't always like, I didn't always struggle with that. I had a dog and it actually worked well, but that dog was just different. And there hadn't been a dog like that one in my life since. That was my girl. But anyways, all right, we're going to get into these cards, guys. Earth signs and air signs, it's strong for you guys. But it feels like here there's a divorce either happening or that has happened and it's still a wound. Regardless, for any of those or anything in between, I'm seeing the wound, okay? And it's swollen, it's red, it's tender. The wound needs tending to. So there's a need to do shadow work around whatever this is. This could even be, okay, I'm seeing a child watching a lot of fighting, okay? So maybe this is your parents. Maybe the divorce isn't a divorce you had, but maybe it's a divorce, the divorce of your parents and how it affected you, okay? If you do have pets, give them all your love right now. Pour that into them. Let them feel you. Mine is like, oh, it's like he knows when I'm near. And he's like, yes, mother. He's curled up. I can't move my chair. If I do, I'll hurt him. That's how close to me he is right now. And I let him because I trust that he's not going to knock my table over. And I know he just wanted to be close to me. So he's there and he's napping. Remember, please, all of you, remember your mental and emotional health, your spiritual health. They're guardians. Your pets are guardians. They help you transmute energy. So if you're feeling a lot of heaviness all the time, I feel the need. Your pet needs to go outside more. They need to spend more time paws to earth, okay? And if you never take your pet out, please consider finding somewhere, research your pet's natural habitat, and then ask yourself, why have I chained them and restricted them to this when this is where they thrive, okay? There's something important about do unto others as you would have them do unto you, but this being tied to your companion animals, okay? Make sure you're taking your pets to a qualified vet, please. For someone here, yeah, please. I know our families and stuff mean well. I know they do. But I don't know. I just feel the need for somebody here. Maybe it's an allergy or something like that, but there might be a need to take them to see, a qualified vet, okay? It doesn't feel like yeah, that's okay. Now I understand why this one was so heavily pulling, because every time I would think loss of life ? I would feel pulled back to the B. The B's on the no card. So no, no loss of life, okay? This is just for their greatest and happiest, healthiest, best life, right? I mean, why would you get a companion animal, and why would you be in a relationship if you don't want to help foster an environment of the best life for that companion, right? I mean, how do you treat your pet? Now compare that to how you treat your lovers. Do you just use them for attention? Do you only go to them when you're not feeling so great? You know, having them transmute the energies for you? You're siphoning. You're siphoning. Some of you are siphoning. These are going to be really, really difficult to shuffle. And we got to do this through 5 times. Let's see what animals we get now that pets is absolutely out here. Because I know people have some strange ass pets these days. I was like, man, I remember when everybody just had a dog. Now you got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing praying mantis. I'm seeing worm-like stuff. Yeah, like the one that some people actually hatch moths and butterflies, which is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, such huge responsibility, but be fearless and bold. Yeah, but they bravely do it anyways because it's a part of their calling, you know, to help continue the cycle of life successfully. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. Yes, make sure you're playing with your pets. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have Badger and Sandpiper, 4 and 51. Okay, so these could be years like 2004, 1951, or they could be 5 plus 1 is 6. So we have 1, 4, 5, and 6 as numbers so far. Any combination of those, okay, if anything comes up for you. Or maybe those will be numbers that you may be seeing, okay? Because remember, we did talk about in the beginning of the video, setting your intentions to receive the messages and the signs and synchronicities and stuff that you need for whatever's going on for you right now that you're seeking either to pull towards you or you're seeking clarity on. I feel like regardless, you guys are all having things cleared up for you. Claim your independence. Another 4, 1 plus 3, because it's number 13. Also, death card. Every ending brings new beginnings, though, right? And we have claim your independence. This is the Tower. This is when you're like, you strapped it up. You're ready to go, right? You protected your foundation, or you know what? You decided, nope, I'm even blowing the foundation on this one. I'm going to completely redo this. We're going to go out there. We're going to grade the land. We're going to do everything we need to do properly to make sure that this foundation is solid and will stand the tests of nature and time. Ancient architecture, stand the test of time. There's a reason. And there's a reason why they're being slowly destroyed. It's a reason why they place more emphasis on some and less on others. Look at the things that are not talked about. Look at the things that are not talked about. And look at the things that are most talked about. There's trickery in both. Snake. King Cobra energy. Beautiful. Ancient Egypt. Time to heal. And this is, oh my goodness, this is a full cleansing of the etheric. So the energy centers, the chakras, or chakra. That's how you pronounce it. Chakra. It's beautiful. Beautiful language, but my God, so hard to learn. Just like Japanese and Italian and French and all these other languages I want to learn. Russian. Oh my gosh, yes. German. Yeah. Because, you know, I love languages. They're beautiful. They're amazing. They're wonderful. All the different ways that we as humans have come together to create a way to communicate that we can all understand. Okay? Yeah. It's just, there's something here. Maybe this is about how you communicate and express yourself, okay? Oh, he laid on the sexuality card. I can't even see it now. He laid on the sexuality card. Damn it, man. I need to read it because it has multiple messages. But I needed it to stay on the floor to remind me that it fell to the floor when it came out. Because it's not even important. Look, it's covered, so it doesn't even matter what the card says on it. Sexuality isn't important, okay? You get to a point in life where your energy will transcend that. And that I can't explain to you. That's like the whole knowing that you've actually connected to God and it's been confirmed for you, where there's been guidance and how it all played out. Like, damn, yeah, that I really should have listened to you sooner on that one. You know what? You were right. You were right. And I knew it. You gave me all the signs and I was still like, is this really what I'm being given? Or it's like you were questioning. You were questioning the it's like I'm seeing your next footstone appearing and then disappearing as your confidence within you wanes. But it's interesting because now I'm seeing you decide, I know it's there and it's lit up all these times. I know it's there. Oh my God, I'm going to die, but I'm just going to jump. And you jump. And as you land, well, you realize, first of all, I see you opening your eyes and it's like, I landed, I made this. And it's because, yeah, you were right. You knew you could make that leap. You knew that it wasn't over-calculated. It wasn't this, that, or the other. The darkness wasn't going to get you if you were the one in the dark, right? Or you weren't going to fall from the heavens if you were, a cloud leaper. Maybe it was a little cloud popping up, but yet you could stand on them. And maybe the reason you were scared of jumping each time is because you were afraid that you would just fall through the cloud. But the cloud had formed to be a physical representation of the step that you already knew was there. This is very interesting. Now, air signs, I will say that on top of your card that fell is the card Give It Time, okay? So everything in divine timing and letting things flow. And even on yours, oh, interesting. So earth signs, yours, this is the full moon on this one. And air signs, it's, that's called like a, what is that? That's a half moon, isn't it? Yeah, because a quarter would be less. So it would be a half moon. I'm not sure if it's waning or gibbous, though. Wait, not gibbous. Waxing was the one, waning and waxing. So maybe it is a gibbous. I don't know, but whichever one looks like that specifically when you're seeing it, okay? There's something, yeah, you see, it's cyclical. It's cyclical. But these, perhaps you guys are questioning jumping to the next stone because there's something even you yourself aren't sure of is a part that you want to commit to, right? Is something you want to keep as a part of that, your foundation into the light. Open to infinite possibilities. But that you need to know that's okay. You need to know that that's okay because remember, the universe keeps all the original receipts. God knows and sees everything. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. God will use your enemies to elevate you and to protect you. Lay a solid foundation. Yes, yes, yes. You know the most beautiful foundation that you can build when you're talking about building the tower in the tower card? That foundation, which is the foundation of your soul, of your consciousness, the best foundation that you can build is the one where you say, quote unquote, Jesus, take the wheel, okay? That means you surrender to the universe wholly and completely. And it's like you throw it all out, everything you want to release, everything you're not sure about, everything you're not sure if you want to experience it, you're not sure if you want to eliminate, things like that, throwing it all out, and then just staying there like this, open to the energies, like, all right, God, well, what's meant for me, and just letting all that fly back to you. And that's the best foundation you can build. Because that's the foundation that, okay, so starfish, you can cut off a leg and it'll grow another leg. And doesn't it grow another starfish out of the one leg? I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's just their regenerative abilities, their healing abilities, okay? And that is what God is like, okay? The healing and regenerative abilities of the heart, of the soul. That foundation that you let God build for you will always keep you learning things and experiencing things from a position of, I'm seeing 7 of Wands, where you have the quote-unquote high ground, okay? I think this is the last shuffle. Stag spirit, take the lead. Beautiful. Okay. And remember, all of these animals could be animals that you start seeing all over the place. So when we're done, we're gonna butterfly at the bottom. Beautiful. And it says transformation is beautiful. Yeah, don't be afraid of any of the changes, all right? And for some of you, if this is a divorce that is incoming, please, at the end of the day, remember or try to tell yourself that everything happens for a reason. And even if we don't know what that reason is, even if it is never shown or revealed to us, we still have to walk in faith, knowing that this divorce happened because it had to happen. God put this in my path for a reason. What is this trying to teach me? Where is it trying to guide me? What is it trying to show me? Right? Now I'm seeing this as like a monocle, right? Like it definitely changes the way the world looks when you look through it. Somebody here, maybe you need to go get your eyes checked. I know. I'm not a professional. You know if it's for you. Okay, the numbers. Yes, thank you. So we just got 58 with the stag. 13 breaks down to a 4. All right. So another 4, but we have 58, 59, 6, 13, and 55. Okay, I already said 13. 55, 59, 58, and 6. Okay, these could be years. These could be ages. Any way that it applies to you, these could be part of an address. Okay, these are numbers that are being given to you for a reason. All right. This is from the Shaman Dream. No, you know what? I want to do the other animal first. I want to do the other animal one for, and yes, that's right. I have the little mini one here. Thank you. I knew there was something that my water bottle's hiding. 3 animal decks. So I'm going to just shuffle these real quick. Take a deep breath, reground yourself. I know that was a lot, okay? When I channel heavy and random shit comes out, and I know it's meant to reveal things in these cryptic and mysterious ways that yet somehow you guys understand, okay? Which I absolutely love. And thank you, by the way, for all of your comments on the videos, you guys. Honestly, the best way I would be able to describe it is that it actually is an honor to have people express to you that they feel seen by you, that they feel that, you know, you're looking into the energies and you're attempting to see it clearly. You're attempting to see it for what it is. So I really appreciate those. Thank you guys, okay? I love hearing those things. It's me helping people. And even if you have nothing, guys, sometimes just holding space for people is enough. Do you know how rare it is to find someone who will genuinely hold space. Like this, like I'm seeing a random stranger on a park bench starting to pour their heart out to another one. And however they're pouring it out, maybe they're angry, maybe they're sad, maybe they're confused, whatever it is. But this other person, the thing is that this other person is clearly seeing them, isn't just being quiet just to be like, oh gosh, you know, to try and ignore. But they're actually listening and connecting in, and it completely shifts the other person's energy. There's something about the way that the other person on the bench sees them that it's interesting. It's like it gives a perspective shift, okay? So maybe that's going to happen to you. I don't know. But what it does is that person is now back in control of their emotions. They were spiraling before. And that to err is human, right? This is our second shuffle with this one, I think. 5. 5 is the number of change. Oh, also with the 4 and 1, we have 14 and 41. Did I already say that? I think I did. Because I'm trying to make sure I get all the numbers. Okay, any animals from, this is from the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle deck. And the first one was the Spirit Animal Oracle. Yeah, one of my favorite creators, Colette Baron Reed. Oh, I love it. Her, Alana Fairchild, Izzy, Ivy. Oh my goodness. What's the other one? You know what? I'm gonna have to make a list of those for you guys at some point. Look, I knew I was talking about my dog for a reason. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Ooh, for some of you, maybe this is a divorce that you don't want or that you didn't want, depending on where you are on this timeline, okay? And remember, we can... oh boy, they're not ready for this one. We can be married to different people spiritually while being married to a different person. So like say me and you are married, right? You can be cheating on that, right? Because energetically or spiritually, your energy is tied to, at that deep of a level of commitment, to a different energy. You may not even realize it, okay? Maybe it's that person pulling on your energy that has kept that, and maybe it's been woven and hidden, right? But it's like, even if you were wrapped up in some sort of webbing, right? It's like God has transformed you already, and you're about to break out of it as though it were just a cocoon. So that spider's not even going to come near you now because it can't touch you, right? Yeah, it's time for you to rest, all right? Oh, unicorn at the bottom. I'm going to pull this one because it feels right. I know it's not part of the shuffles, but this is meant to be pulled when I feel it, okay? So, dog, goose, unicorn. This is beautiful. It feels like all of nature is here with us right now. If you haven't been outside, just in your own senses, out in nature, maybe for a while or something, please do so. I'm seeing someone who needs to be feeling the wind on their skin, the rays of the sun, right? The feeling of nature. I don't know how to explain this to show you. I'm literally seeing somebody outside, like fully in nature, not near man-made stuff. Can we get a distance minimum feet? 20 to 50? Okay. So 20 to 50 feet from like man-made stuff. It's enough to keep, for some of you, your energetic aura, your energy field extends out beyond 20 to 50 feet, all right? So this may be why, even though you feel like you're going far enough away from everything to disconnect, this could be why you still cannot disconnect. For those of you that this part resonates, please trust your own guidance and intuition and take yourself to those places in the land where you feel separate from man and you just feel like you are surrounded by the wild, okay? By the wild and green. And again, the shaman energy, druids as well, druidic energy, the green man, the wild and green. Okay, Gaia. Get out there in nature. I feel like this is a sign you've been receiving, but you haven't been listening, and I'm kind of feeling that one. So, Cheetah, get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. And the humpback whale, beautiful. Music is essential to your healing and well-being. And let me tell you, that music can very well be the song of the humpback whale. It is the most beautiful sound on this planet. And I know that there's more to it. I'm just waiting for science to catch up. All right. This is our third and final animal deck. So what animals does the collective need to see? Oh, we do have the chameleon at the bottom. I love chameleons. They're such cool creatures. The way they shift. I love watching videos of shapeshifter animals like octopus, chameleon, what are those? Cuttlefish? Yeah, they're so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have beaver. Wait, did we get beaver before? What was that one? No, that was badger. I knew it was a bee. Yeah, we didn't get beaver. No, we only got badger. Wait, no, we did. I knew it. Beaver, we did. And it says lay a solid foundation. Listen, get clear on your intention. Lay a solid foundation. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. Your gut's going to tell you where you're being in your ego and where you're ignoring yourself. Okay. I know. I love you. I do. But sometimes, you know, we got to consider that something else can also be true. Like this and that are true. Oh, look, but there's also the other. This, that, and the other. Says you're being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Yeah, for some of you, this earth, especially earth signs, this could just be a sign that you are headed towards divorce if you do not become more considerate with those around you. And if the people around you have you so fucking irritated that you don't want to deal with them, go to the animals. Your love will never be misplaced when you give it to the creatures of God, okay? The innocents, the ones that have allowed us to dominate over them. Eagle, vision. It's time to look inward with an attentive eye. Didn't I say somebody here, you got to do shadow work? Somebody here, you're not spending time with the people who love you, okay? You've been lulled into, this bewitched energy. We're going to dig and see where that one's coming from. What's behind it? Narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves and intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. I'm telling you. Somebody here, maybe the way that your person, this could be why you're heading towards divorce as well. Perhaps those of you that are considering divorce or see yourself going in that direction, maybe you're the ones who need to hear the most messages. Perhaps the way that your significant other treats animals, maybe you guys just got a new one, or maybe you're talking about getting a pet, okay? Could also be another thing, talking about it, and maybe they keep saying no. You need to ask yourself why that is, all right? And for those of you that you already have pets and this part resonates with you, please take heed. The way that we treat other people, it says more about us than any words we could ever say, right? I don't care how charitable you are. You could be a philanthropist, right? And you could still be the devil. If you're, yeah, it doesn't matter how much charity work you do if your intentions aren't sincere. If it's not truly something that you're passionate about and love, it will very much be reflected out into the world. That vision will be granted to those around you, but it will also be granted to you if you're in the right. All right, so please bear that in mind as well. Zebra, open-mindedness. There's more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. Fantastic, yes. What's the chameleon say? Stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. All right, so for some of you, yeah, maybe even a lot of you, maybe you feel a need to observe more. Yeah, fox, opportunities, to be a little sneaky. Some of you, you're with someone who has expressed their quote unquote belief about something, and then something randomly happens. It feels like in a public environment, or maybe at like a gathering, a party, a house party or something. Maybe something happens and it kind of puts this person on the spot, and you immediately, like, you see the panic because you're present when this happens. And this was something the two of you have only ever discussed privately. You've never seen this person be confronted by another and have the same discussion. And you can almost, it's like you see the panic begin to take over them, because it feels like they had this conversation with this other person privately as well, and it's being brought back up, and the opinion's different. The situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. You may need to just shift through, maybe just pretend like walk away or something, but it's like I'm seeing you like a chameleon. You're still there, which means what? You can still hear, or you can still see, and you may just by seeing, it may be enough. And if it's by hearing, it's like you don't even need to be facing in that direction. I feel like even if your back is turned to them and you're pretending to just, you're successfully pretending, by the way, you are a successful chameleon. I'm promising you this. They continue, it's like they calm down, their energy calms down, like the panic goes away a little, and you see how they become comfortable with that lie, that facade that they talked to this person about. This is very specific, but you know what? When I get stuff like this, I don't ignore it. Whale communication, holy shit. I'm telling you, in hearing it alone, it's like sonar, ding, the ping. And you're like a whale or a dolphin, animals that do like a bat, but I'm seeing it deep in the waters, the depths, the darkness, okay? The darkness of the depths. Whales dive deep and they hunt giant squids successfully. The beast the men of the oceans feared most is hunted by the whale, okay? Humpbacks. They dive deep. You're encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. Yeah. And luck is on your side. Beautiful. So don't hold back your truth, please. Yeah, I will always recommend that, because why? I, from personal experience, know, and I'm sure you have experienced this at some point in your life as well, lying doesn't pay, right? Because sooner or later you will have to lie again just to cover that lie, because sooner or later everything comes to light. Entre cielo y tierra no hay secreto. What does that mean? It's there's a way to say it in English that sounds really pretty, but I can never remember it because my translation is different. But it's between heaven and earth, like nothing is hidden. And then, now I'm getting another one. Con un dedo no se tapa el sol. With one finger, you know, you can't cover, or with a thumb, you can't cover the sun. It's like there's something that, there's something that is, oh my gosh, are you emotionally tied to somebody else? Those of you who are in a marriage, I feel like you're tied to somebody else. Please try to cut this. Remember that at some point in time, you married that person because you saw a future with them. You wanted a future with them. And dog loyalty, I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Some of you here, you need to really look back at the reasons you got married in the first place. Panther, guidance. It's time to release your passions, live your dreams, and begin a new chapter in your life. You're encouraged to expand your awareness, eliminate fears, and become a whole new person. You're guided and protected. Some of you, there are things that you thought you wanted, that you have, that aren't as important to you now as they once were, because something else that you gained in the process has shown itself to actually be more important to you than the goal that you were seeking to achieve. That you did. You've attained this. Okay? But there's something else that you got along the way that, loyalty. Yeah, you're absolutely more loyal to whatever this is. You may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. Ooh, bat, transition. And I talked about bats, the sonar, and here it is. All right. You must pay attention to the signs around you. And where was that other one? Oh, there was another one here about signs. We have Raven here. We have way too many, but I want everyone, because I feel like over the next 7 to 10 days, or maybe the next month, some of these animals are going to be the ones that present themselves to you, okay? So chameleon, butterfly, bat, frog, raven, panther, whale, eagle, beaver, dog, fox, zebra. Did I not say get out in nature? You are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plane and move to the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection which you must not ignore. You are on the brink of transformation. You're being called. Fucking hell. Somebody here, you're being called. God is calling you, and God is going to use nature to speak to you. Did you hear that bird right there outside the window? Spirit messengers. Pay attention to the animals around you. Somebody here, your dog is coming up to you. Your dog is sensing how you're feeling. I'm seeing someone hugging a dog and crying, okay? They won't judge you. A dog will never judge you. They will love you even more just because you were connecting with them, okay? And you were letting them do their job of openly connecting with humans to be those energy transmuters for us, to alchemize the things that we cannot, to help us to. They can't do it all for us, but they do help alleviate that from us. And when we're going through some really deep shit, okay, humpback whale's here twice, okay? Twice. When we're going through that really deep shit, that's where the greatest awakenings of all happen. All right, the most powerful transformations. That's where the moments where people say I was touched by God, that's where those moments happen. Cheetah, unicorn, dog again. We have 2 or 3 dogs, didn't we? Okay. So we have 2 dogs. 2 dogs here. Okay. Goose. Did I say goose? Beaver. Stag or buck. Starfish spirit. Badger. Snake. cat, meow, sandpiper, cute little adorable. Have you ever watched these things? Adorable little critters. Oh my goodness. And butterfly, chameleon. All right, so those are our animals. You guys have them all. If you were writing them down, I hope that me calling each one out helped you be able to do that. You can always rewind and go back and watch that part and write them down. Now we're going to go to the Shaman Oracle, okay? Because somebody here, you are being called to some sort of shamanic or druidic practices, all right? There is ancestry within you from tribal times that is calling to you and asking you to open to receive. It feels like blessings that were meant for those ancestors that it's like there was something they couldn't complete to receive it, but it was still theirs to receive. But yet they've completed enough to transcend this realm and not return if they didn't want to. And so when they get that choice, the soul is allowed to decide, well, all right, the blessings I never received that were still for me, but I still passed the test, so I still graduate and move on. Now I want to, this energetic overflow that I have to leave behind, these blessings, I want to bestow them on this descendant, that descendant, or the other, okay? There's something there for you. Allow yourself to connect with the more natural spiritual practices. That means what? Go out in nature and pray. I know Christians don't believe in a lot of the more ritualistic stuff, but let me tell you, God is not behind a pulpit. God is out in the woods, down in the oceans, in the caves, in the sand dunes, in the wind brushing across the sand. That's where God is. You're safer than you think you are. Experience life as it comes, the drifter at the bottom. It's weird, I just gotta sail away, sail away, sail away. So maybe that sounds like a good idea for some of you, to just say F it and not care about what happens, or try to not care, I don't know. But it's kind of like, and you're just, okay, and you said sail, and I'm just seeing the ship go off into the sunset. And that song, sail away, sail away, sail away. So somebody here, you're surrendering to this journey, all right? And for some of you, this bewitchment, this could be coming from your significant other, and it was meant to affect your health. And for some of you, who it affected has been your pets. It's been affecting your pets. Some of you may have been noticing maybe your pet's not as cheerful or playful. They're just, maybe they're sleeping a little bit more or whatever. Again, I'm not a professional. Please take them to see a vet that you trust, that, you know, you believe fits the qualifications you seek. But it feels like there are some animals that may be just sleeping more because of what's being sent towards you, okay, to try to control you and silence you even, perhaps. There's something someone doesn't want you to say, and this is your partner for many of you. They want you bound, they want you silenced, because they want control, okay? This narcissistic energy, whoever that is for you, for a lot of you, I feel like it's your partner. You know that they've been using sex as a weapon, right? To keep you like stuck to them, to keep you, it's like I'm seeing someone who goes like, it's like a fembot, right? They're programmed to do whatever they think you would most want them to do in the moment, to lull you back into that like spiritual narcolepsy where you're ignoring your intuition. You know, you're confusing warning signs with excitement or exhilaration of some sort, right? It's a really good morphing of the energy that's being done around you. And your pets are helping to transmute this. They're helping to fortify your protection. But because they are your pet, like the contract is, you're also helping fortify them and God, because this is God's work. Thank you. Because God has the hand over everything. The puppet master controlling these energies. Oh, no, you're trying to send this here to them. Oh, nope, that's going to go back to you. All right, we're going to weave this around these two, you and your pets, right? We're going to weave this around this one and then boom, right back to you. Oh, that one's going to feel great, isn't it? That's what I'm seeing happening. But still, remember, always take your babies to be checked, your fur babies. Just like I recommend you guys get, your annual blood work to check hormones and vitamins and all that stuff, all the levels. I will always recommend the same for your fur babies as well. They deserve to live their best life, like just as good as the life we're living, right? And if you're giving better care to your pet than you give to yourself, that's neglect, my love. Deep quiet, meditation and stillness. Number 11. Yeah, didn't I? Yes. You need to, somebody here, you really got to get away from everyone and everything. There's some sort of chaos going on. It's too much. It's like it's ungrounding you being around. So maybe you're like constantly in a city, but there's a need to get out of the city. It feels like I'm seeing someone not just standing outdoors, but like sitting out in nature, like sitting by a river, sitting by a waterfall, right? Leaning up against a tree in the middle of the woods on the side of a path, like a beaten, like a dirt path, right? Like nothing paved, away from those man-made things. And that that allows you to ground in, and it's almost like this goes a little more quiet, okay? I knew this video was going to go long. That's why I gave warnings. Oh, somebody here could be playing football or frisbee. I saw, first thing I saw was a football and someone's yelling, "Go long, go long." Are you a receiver? Or who throws the quarterback? No, the quarterback. Yeah, the quarterback throws. QB. Wide receiver. Somebody here could be a wide receiver. Oh, energy. Some of you, you could be, your receiver of energies could be quite potent. Remember how I said some of you, your energetic field extends past 20 to 50 feet around you, which is why even though you've been away from stuff and gone out in nature, maybe it's not been enough. This feels like a need to, even if you have to do a drive, I'm seeing a long drive to get somewhere where it's away from people, away from man-made structures, like deep into the wild. So deep into the woods, or going offshore if you have a boat, but then you'd still be in a boat. So I don't know about that one. Maybe a little island where there's no people. That would be one thing. But usually all those islands have been bought up and are all just either locked off to the rest of us, or the rest of us all have to pay just to be able to visit, and you can only visit during certain hours and sometimes even during certain seasons, which is complete bullshit if you ask me, but this ain't about me, is it? But there feels like there's a great need for you to get as far away as possible. I'm seeing going up on a mountain to get away to where there's less people, you know, and less stuff. It feels like many masks, the authentic self, and cosmic womb, the divine feminine. The mother is guiding you at this time. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that these days. Well, you know what? When I was growing up, nobody wanted to hear shit about the fathers, right? Nobody gave a shit about that. And that started to spread. And look where we are now. So we do need to care about these mother wounds, just like we need to care about the father wounds, because they do impact us all significantly, whether we realize it or not. And too many people, that's a big thing they don't even want to consider looking at. It's like, it's just not an option, right? But you guys are there. That's why all the observation and the chameleon energy, it feels like even, I'm seeing, remember how I was saying back at the party or the barbecue or public place gathering where your person starts having something brought up to them by another person and you overhear it. It's like you're being chameleoned even when you don't realize it. So it's like you could be the most obvious and there could be other people around you that are noticing that you're listening in. But it's like the person who doesn't need to realize it, who needs to be blinded to it, is the only person blinded to it. Like them and the person they're talking to are completely oblivious to you, but everybody else sees you. Everyone else sees that you see, that you know. This is really cool. That is absolutely mother energy. I remember I say trigger warning. It's kind of like God is listen, remember that God is love and God loves you and love will never, like, just please, you got to have faith, okay? But God is moving you. Remember the master, the puppet hand, the God hand, okay? God is moving you and the energies around you. And these things that are just randomly happening to you, they're not random occurrences. They are divinely projected revelations for you to experience. Feels like the clearing your head. Look at all this white and purple, so cool. The clearing your head, right, helps your heart clear more energies as well, right? Which then allows the energy to do what? It's gonna go further down through the energy centers to the solar plexus, where it's going to be transmuted, right? Because whatever you've now gathered from it and whatever else you still need to gather from that energy is going to be set to it. And then it shoots out from there, and it could go down to the sacral or to the root, down into the earth star chakras, though maybe some of the chakras on the feet. It's moving the energy to wherever it needs to go to, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Okay? Your health, for some of you, your health is changing, and you're like, I'm not really doing anything different. But in here, there's been a shift. In here, there's been a shift. Down here, there's been a shift. And so what happens with that solar plexus when all of those shifts have happened? The energy that comes through to the solar plexus is more pure, more connected to the universe itself. So then what happens? The revelations, like, they jump up a notch. What happens? Your foundation. You remember how I said sometimes it looks so bright that all you could see was just the light of it and you can't see anything around it? That's what I'm getting from this here. It's like these new anchors, good anchors, divine anchors, anchors connecting you to God that have anchored in on you like a parachute, like wings, right? Like this just beautiful, this beautiful protection around you that's coming from within you and affects everything around you. Some people, when they look at you, they see an alien, or they see, so what is an alien? It's a foreign, something foreign, right? That they, something not human, yes? Not of this earth. An alien is not of this earth. And some people, when they look at you, it's like the orcs and shit seeing Arwen or Galadriel or Elrond, where they're in their that divine form, right? Where they're just, it's like you can see they're just like pure light to those darker energies, and it's blinding to them. And even to like the humans, it's a form that is more difficult for them to see, because of how connected they are with the light, with how and what does that mean? How much light resides within them, that's what comes from within us. And what is that? That is our connection to God, to the all. Someone here, you've been denying that. God is calling to you to just acknowledge this is your ego. This is your fear. This is God. And allow those to connect. You'll see that it's okay for you to reconnect with what has always been connected, what has always been there and will always be there for you. Okay? For those of you who are married, I really do think that you need to look back at the masks you wear, at how you've changed, at how you've manipulated things. All right? And if this is from a past marriage, look back and see where you were acting out of ego versus where it was like just pure emotion, right? And more will reveal itself to you from there. More. You'll realize where you were trying to be strategic, where you were being, where you were trying to, exert more control over what was being shown to you within. It's almost like you weren't heeding the messages within your heart, and that may be the only thing you hear at this time. There's somebody here, there's something within you that is crying out so loudly to be looked at. It's that wound. Okay, where is that wound? Identify your wound. How did this wound happen? Where did it come from? How have you been tending to this wound? Have you been ignoring it? Have you been just pushing on and ignoring the wound, letting it fester? Cleanse the wound, tend the wound. Protect the wound. Allow it to heal. Regularly come back to tend to replace the dressings, right? Put fresh dressings on the wound. Put any healing salves or balms, right? Keeping it clean and then redressing it. And once it doesn't need a dressing, you know, still doing your healing salve, your healing balm, whatever it may be. Healing is big right now for whatever this wound is for you guys. For some of you, it's a past marriage. For some of you, you are in a marriage, okay? I don't know if this divorce is coming or if it has already happened. I feel like this is for everyone. And for some of you, this is even from your parents, all right? From your parents' divorce, that maybe how it affected you and it did alter your energy. And maybe you just need to acknowledge that, yeah, you know what, this did affect me. And, you know, maybe you're torn here. You might be torn between like placing the blame or something. Listen, when people are wrong, they're wrong. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Truth is loudest when it's silent, right? And nothing remains hidden. You can't hide the sun with a thumb, as they say. Light is within us. Light is all around us. The universe is light. Okay. I feel like we're gonna run out of time. I know I don't have a little timer thing, but I feel like this is gonna run out of time. But somebody here, you are being deeply activated, and I don't know if this divorce is from the past. Can we get a card, any card? Give us so we know, like, time-wise, like swords, 8 of Swords. All right. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness. You don't want to think about happy times, because when you think about happy times, it just hurts, because it feels like your happy times don't exist anymore. Maybe you feel like your happy times were taken away from you. Try to celebrate your past, okay? I know the past can be painful, the past can be sucky, it can be all these things, but also, like, just celebrate your past just to celebrate it, if only because you're celebrating that now this is behind you, right? Like, now this is in the past. I've successfully moved past whatever this was. That in and of itself will bring you so much healing if you can do that, all right? And you do need to take the lead with your healing. People do the best that they can for however much they want to. I know. Sometimes what that shows to us is that some people only wanted us so long as we were beneficial to them, and so long as we brought them some sort of satisfaction or status or fulfillment, you know, and then anything less than that, or us trying to claim anything for ourselves, is seen as bad, right? Whatever this hidden narcissistic energy is, whether it's coming from you or it's coming towards you by someone else, there will be clarification. A time of change is upon us. So whichever side of the aisle you're on here, everyone's going to know this. Trust and believe that right now what you need to do is just get out in nature. I feel like you need to disconnect from all people, okay? There's some sort of frequency interference. And yeah. There's a frequency interference that it's trying to pull you out of a cycle. This is this ancestor's blessing. I feel like this is that ancestor's blessing. They're coming in, they're trying to pull you as gently as possible out of a cycle. They're bestowing this blessing upon you because they've transcended. Their soul doesn't need to return here, and they've actually chosen not to return to this realm. They have other things to work on where they're at. They are now a part of the greater plan, and their energy is best served there for the greatest good of all. All right, so their soul will not be returning here. But that's why, oh my goodness, that's why they're able to so silently guide you at this time. God has bestowed the God hand abilities to them. This is like God's the GM that gave them God mode. And so now they have God mode to get you from point A to point B. Because you were allowed to cash in that blessing and bestow it upon somebody else. Because it's just a part of how they completed their cycles here. Okay. But this is going to bring in some completely out of the blue opportunities for you that are going to require you to keep an open mind and to actually openly communicate. All right. And really be loyal to doing that. Really be loyal to truthfully communicating, expressing the truth, the whole truth. Right. And for those of you that are getting divorced, this is absolutely needing to speak the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. When called to do so, I feel like there will be severe repercussions for anyone who doesn't. Luck and right timing, all right? So for some of you, this may be the narcissist that tries to pull some stuff, and it's like divine justice smites them into their place. Oh, that's so ego-driven. No, the fuck it's not. When people fuck you over just because they want to fuck you over, God knows sometimes they deserve to be fucked over for what they did to you. And sometimes they don't, right? People are okay with acknowledging, yeah, you know what? Sometimes they do. And sometimes, yeah, they do deserve it. It's really easy to get on that boat. But just know that just like that's true for them, it's true for you. So if you're okay for it happening to somebody else, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That means that you're telling God you're okay with that happening to you. You're okay with being completely drugged through the mud, slandered, right? Lied to, manipulated, just deceived beyond all knowledge and comprehension of one's own thoughts and emotions. Because I really feel like this bewitched energy, this is I feel like there's someone who so you so deeply allowed them to connect to you that they have control over you, whether you realize it or not. They have control over you. And oh my gosh, do you see the chameleon twice? Okay, act as if. So if you feel like this may be true for you, how would you act if you knew, yeah, this is true. Yes, someone is manipulating you. Now that you know that they're manipulating you, now the ball is in your court and you can play things as you want to. How are you going to handle the situation? Best way? Surrender, okay? Surrender to the abundant universe providing. Surrender to God. That's that full surrender of knowing that just because you could doesn't mean you should, right? So maybe you can absolutely be judge, jury, and executioner for somebody here, but instead you choose to remain silent. Instead you choose to just let facts speak for themselves, or you choose to just let this person take, excuse me, take over just being the one talking. It's like you let them do all the talking and they talk themselves right into a grave. Like I'm seeing somebody literally, they're talking and running their mouth, and it's like they're digging this own little pit that they're going to be stuck in at rock bottom, and there will be no way out. All they will have is a shovel. So they're going to have to now dig a tunnel and go through that darkness, trying to dig with making sure things don't collapse in on them, to dig themselves out, because there's no other way. There's nothing for them to grab onto. There's no one who's coming to help, because they're now being put in a place where they have to do it themselves, just like you had to do it yourself. And if you made somebody else have to do something like that for themselves, then please trust and believe. This is now your warning that you're going to have to do this for yourself, because you made somebody else have to go through this. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, guys. I firmly believe that. So whichever side of the aisle, again, whichever side of the aisle you fall on, only you know that. Can I get something with this real quick? Illuminate and escape. Yeah, revealing truth, confession, shedding light. Didn't I say clarity from the very beginning of the reading? Clarity. Avoiding, blocking, pushing away, hiding. Yeah, some of you here, whatever you... Oh, dude, he bent up my card. Freaking ass monkey. Okay. All right. So for some of you here, your significant other maybe still questioning their sexuality, or maybe you are, and maybe you express this to them, and this may be what you overhear them talking to somebody else about, where they don't think you can hear them, but you can sense how their energy changed, and you can sense that they, even if you can't see them, you can sense that they looked to see where you were, or if you were around, right? And then you see how they like try to keep the conversation quieter. But God, it's like God has granted you that bat sonar, the dolphin, the whale. Like you can ding, you can perfectly see the entire landscape. And it's like, it's almost like the environment is turned down and the voices are turned up, and you hear it all without even, and it's like you can see it, because again, that's sonar. So even if you're looking away, you see everything, you see the whole environment or whatever, but you still see them talking and you hear it. And if you don't think that's possible, that is actually very possible, okay? God works in mysterious ways. And when you are meant to know something, when you are meant to see something, nothing can stop that, okay? Earth signs, air signs, whether that is your sign or that is your spouse, for those of you here, because I really do feel that this is mostly going to be for people who are getting divorced or have a divorce that they're trying to heal from, okay? Yeah. For those of you that this could be about your parents, maybe you can see how one parent had the other parent so deeply manipulated and lied to that they couldn't even see that that one parent was fake, and that parent never loved them, and that parent was just always out for themselves. Maybe you're realizing that now. Oh, God works in mysterious ways, y'all. Just know everything works in God's time, right? No matter how much you fertilize a plant, You water the soil regularly, right? You try to control all the factors. The plant will still grow at the rate that the plant is meant to grow at. Okay? Divine time happens naturally. So there is a natural flow to things that needs to happen right now. Again, you know, take care of your health first and foremost, and take care of your pets. If you don't give a fuck about the humans around you because you're so pissed at them right now, at all of them, then put that love to your pets. Talk to them, right? Express everything you've been going through. Remember, I saw the person hugging a dog and crying, and the dog's just kind of holding the space, right? And you can feel it because somehow you feel better. Maybe you giggle and keep talking to the dog, and the dog seems to react to what you're saying. It's a connection that you're making that is, I feel, is more deeply tied to God than you are. And they're there to help you. Our pets are absolutely a part of our guardian spirit team, whether we realize it or not. Okay. Anything else for this? I know this is really long reading. I might just keep going until it stops. I don't know, but it just feels important. Forbidden. Love affair. Yes. Oh, gosh. Temptations, flirting, giving into pleasure. And that's to clarify the no card again. Please do not give in to temptation. I don't care what this person has done to you. I don't care if they've cheated on you 50 different times. If you return them, if you pay them with the same dime that they paid you, you're no better than they are. But if you instead face that temptation and allow it to teach you, why am I lusting so much for this? Why am I desiring this so much? If you can identify that, well, because this person makes me laugh, or, well, because this person makes me feel seen, right? It's something that you're seeking that you should have from your spouse, okay? Now, for some of you, if this is you questioning your sexuality and maybe that's what you're not wanting to look at, please look at that, okay? You never know what you'll learn, but if you forbid yourself from even questioning why it is that you're drawn to things, like, then it's like you're telling God, I feel you pulling me this way. I feel, because I really feel like this is something I want to try, right? But what's holding you back? Say, can you clarify this for me? Can you make this clearer for me to be able to see, to guide me? Can you magnify what it is that I need to see, right? Make it more obvious to me. And those things will be revealed to you, okay? And for some of you, all it's going to reveal to you is that you just want to be single. You just want to be single to go and explore yourself. And yes, I know everyone will be, oh, that's so selfish. Well, then you should have never gotten married. Well, you know what? At least now you know that you shouldn't have done that. And because you feel that way, the divorce is the right thing, because you know that you're not in it. You're not in it at the level that your spouse is, because you want to be single, because you want to explore your sexuality, because you want to do things that they see as taboo or whatever, right? And you need to have faith that that is what's true for you. All right? There's a reason why you're feeling like you want a divorce. When you get to that point where you're feeling like you want a divorce, I mean, yeah, it's risky. I understand that. But how done are you? How done are you with the person you're with? You see the complete, that's why I said, those of you that are married, you need to look back on it, because some of you are going to have a revival in how you feel about the person you're married to. That spark's going to be reignited, right? Because I feel like you're going to go into it pointing fingers, but you're going to end up with every finger pointed at you. And then you willingly, out of there, out, get out. You're going to hit my cord. Excuse him. Yeah. For some of you that are headed towards divorce, this feeling is coming and going. And I've been picking up on that. The coming up. Yes, I want a divorce. Oh, I don't know if I want. Yes, I want a divorce. Why are you going back and forth? Be really honest with yourself about why you're going back and forth. Because there's truth that's just waiting to be revealed to you there. Pain. Guarded, apprehensive, putting a wall. You feel like it's too risky to leave the person that you're with? Surprise and ascending. There's a lot more for you to learn. There's a lot more for you to learn. And yeah, I could feel it. For some of you, you're going to realize that, well, yes, your spouse is or was a soulmate that was meant to have that committed connection to, right? A lot of you are going to realize that there is a soulmate even greater that you seek. And that soulmate is yourself and what you really want to experience in life. And the fact that everybody that has come in with intent to be in, let's just call it holy communion with you, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. Everyone that has come into your life for that, it's like it continues to loop right back to, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I want. This isn't what I want. Okay, well, then stop it. Should we stop it here? Yeah. Okay, so some of you are going to realize that oh my goodness. Some of you think you're being tempted by someone new, but this new person that I feel has surprised you and appeared, right? You may have even dreamed of someone like this person, or maybe you even saw their face in a dream. I don't know. I don't know what your gifts are. But it feels like your pool is going away and towards, yeah, for some of you, yeah. For somebody here, and I've been feeling this, like you're feeling guilty that your sexuality, like what you like, is pulling you away from the person that you're married to. You're feeling guilty about that. Look, it's like, do you see my dog crumbled this up by laying on it? Do you see how beat up it is now? It's like you're denying yourself to explore that because, what, do you feel guilty? Do you feel guilty for feeling these passions within you? I mean, I'm telling you, if you're feeling guilty for what is coming naturally to you, that could very well be tied to this love spell from the narcissist, okay? It could be that they've anchored in that much to you. Some of you be really careful. There may be someone coming in, and this person could very much be a sex addict. They're very lustful, all right? Please keep your energy sacred at this time. I don't know how many readings I've said that in. We are not in a season to be going in and opening up your energies in Holy Communion to anybody. I honestly, like, I think everybody on the planet could do with a little celibacy to clear their own energy and to reveal to them what's actually their energy and what's not. But hey, what do I know, right? All right, guys, I think I'm going to stop that here. This divorce card, especially with earth signs, I feel like going back and forth on what you truly, is true deep within you is just going to make you sick. Okay. For some of you that this divorce has already happened, it's like you feel like they'll, that they're going to come back to you. And while that may be true, this may not be the time for it. And if that is the case, I promise you that, yeah, and if, yes, Ladybug, if that's the case, then just acknowledge that right now might not be the time, okay? There may be something that you or this person or both of you need to learn and experience before you can realize that without doubt that, yes, this is the person that I want. All right. And yeah, that may actually include getting divorced, and maybe you remarry later. Shit happens all the time, man. And anybody who judges you on that kind of thing, man, listen, not worth your time. Nobody needs to be judging anybody about their stuff down here. Am I physically harming someone? Am I mentally or emotionally abusing someone? If those are no's, then guess what? I'm good to go. I'm not fucking hurting anybody. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody. That's all you need to remind yourself of. Can we get anything more on this narcissist? Ooh. All right. So some of you might actually find out that your person has been cheating on you. If your sex life is shifted, yeah, I feel like they will come back. But I feel like, your pets may change the way they react to your spouse. I'm seeing a dog growling at someone, a cat hissing, like animals reacting in ways that's like not normal. Like, oh my goodness, you've never acted this way with so-and-so, but yet they're acting that way with so-and-so now. That's you being shown. That's literally that God hand saying, hey, oh my gosh, revelation saying, hey, show them, make them feel this one. Make it undeniable, right? The authentic self. This is truth to you. Yeah. You're gonna need to be that hermit, and you're gonna need to acknowledge that some of the next steps you're gonna be required to take, you're not gonna know where the steps lead to. You're only gonna know, this is what I feel like I have to do. I don't know why. I don't know what this means, but I feel like this is what I have to do. I feel like this is my only option. This has to be the way. And if it's not, or if there is a better way, a more pleasurable way to experience what may come, or what must come, or both, then please guide me to that. Set your fucking intentions. Don't pass up the opportunity to send out those intentions, to add to the manifestation. I know we can't focus on these things all the time, but do not be afraid to send it out. You know what? If this person is lying or cheating on me, I just want to know. Just show me. Just show me. I know it's going to hurt. I know I'm probably going to cry a lot. I know it might even break me, but you know what? I'd rather just know. So what would you rather just know? What would you rather be shown and experience? What is worth going for at all costs, right? Focus on those things. The rest is always going to be like that. God hand is always at play. And if you can just focus on having faith on that, even if you feel like this divorce will completely break your heart, it will crush you. This can't, please don't let this be what has to happen, God, please. But yet God keeps showing you time after time after time after time that this person is just, all they want from you is just sex, and then they ignore you. And when you express your emotions, they don't really want to hear it, and they always just try to go and use sex, right? And there's somebody here who's absolutely got some sort of an impulse control issue, okay? And if they don't get it from you, they absolutely will go find it somewhere else. And if you don't know that, that will be revealed to you, all right? These are all confirmations. So this is only for you. If you have had suspicion of that, that will be clarified for you. And if it has just been that this person has been going away in a different direction from you, maybe they're just doing it and acting different because they don't want to help you deal with the emotional stuff. All right, because sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes people just don't want to be there for us. They don't want to have to hold space to us. That's why I said if you have pets, spend time with them. And for those of you, some of you who don't have pets, but you go out in nature, some of you may actually have critters that come up to you and you have interactions with them. Okay, it feels good. It feels like good interaction. Okay. Please focus on your faith at this time. Always keep that front and center. Everything else is just details, and it's okay for things to get blurry. Someone here, I'm seeing someone with so many tears welled up in their eyes that their vision is blurry. I'll give you a big ol' hug. If you've ever experienced that, then imagine that experience again. But I'm there, and I give you a big old hug when you needed it most, even though nobody was there. Allow that energy to ripple into the past and allow it to help you heal whatever happened at that moment. And know that, yeah, this is real, because everything, everywhere, all at once. This is how we transcend those anchors, those ancestral chains that have kept our bloodlines down for generations. This is how we transcend those. There's an ancestor coming in to bless you. And if a marriage is removed, if you're guided to where literally it's, even though it breaks your heart, it is so crystal clear that you have to leave this person for your own health, then guess what? That's what needs to happen. Now, I know that's pretty heavy, but we set our intentions for only clarity and truth to come out, okay? Nobody knows the truth of how you feel and what you believe but you. The crow. Confirmation, double confirmation for the crow, because we had the crow card that came out. And it was a card of transition, right? I do feel for some of you, this is an emotional divorce. You're finally emotionally detaching from what once was, which is going to reveal to you what may feel at times like voids, but they're not voids. That is space that is being held to be filled by the light when the time is right. They are sacred spaces, which is why they look like a void, because they're meant to not be seen. They're meant to be kept secret, protected, safe, unseen, until it's time for them to light up as that stepping stone for you. This is okay. This is the first step down your new path. You were at the crossroads and you've chosen a direction, And this is that first step that you're taking in that new direction. It can feel a little weird. It's not a time to doubt yourself, though. And if you feel like you're doubting yourself or questioning yourself, please do your very best to get out in nature and lean on a tree, sit in front of a tree, touch the earth, sit on a rock, right? Feel how solid that rock is, how firm it is beneath you, like nothing could move it, right? That is the level of and force of stability that of God's hand that's upon you. So please believe that. Okay. All right, guys. I think I've been saying I'm gonna stop it, but I keep going. I guess if you need more confirmation, you can always book with me and we can dive into the energies together. And maybe this is just you just needing to really sit with some things for a minute and kind of let these energies settle and show you what they need to show you. For some of you, you're married, but you're actually going to realize that being married is not the thing for you. Doesn't mean it will never be the thing for you, but it just might not be the thing for you right now. And it's perfectly okay if you know that your significant other is not okay with the path you feel you want to go on, like, oh, I want to experiment with this, that, or the other, and they're not okay with that, well, then guess what? That's irreconcilable differences, and it is a very valid reason for divorce, especially because, like I said, some of you are still emotionally, spiritually married to somebody else. And you're only holding back anybody who connects with you. And it's going to get to a point where no one's allowed to connect with you until you heal that, okay? All right, guys. I'm going to send your energy back to you now, okay? I love you all so, so much. If this resonated with you, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you haven't yet. If you're new and you like the way that I read, go ahead and subscribe if you would like, and you can also hit the notification bell so that you see when I upload another video. That said, thank you to everyone who actually stayed and watched this movie, because it's almost 2 hours long. That's a movie, right? I'm very grateful for what you guys allow me to do here, all right? And I really do hope that it helps heal you and guide you and show you that it's okay to change. It's okay to say, this is no longer for me. It's okay to say, I want more, or I want something different. You know what you're called to. And if you pray about it and you ask God to give you clarity, and all that you receive is more and more pull this way versus that way, then allow yourself to flow this way for a little while and see if that way still calls to you. And if it doesn't, maybe it really is this way, or maybe it's the other. Okay, guys? All right, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.